Hi, and welcome to Dragon Wars. Starting a new game today. Uh, Jay, welcome. So yeah, last time we finished off Zanki Zero last beginning, and I had a good time with that. But now it's time to start something new, by which I mean something very old. It's Dragon Wars from Interplay by a lot of the same team that brought us the Bard's Tale series. It's sort of a Bard's Tale adjacent game. You thought we were completely done with the Bard's Tale. You are obviously horribly wrong. There's still actually two sort of main Bard's Tale games left out there. There's Warlocks of Largemain, which was an Amazon Alexa smart speaker audio game, which was then later ported to iOS and Android in like 2022, I believe. But unfortunately, it's actually been since delisted. It's no longer available on either the Play Store or the App Store. You can find an APK for it, but the APK is just an installer, which is supposed to connect to the developer's servers and download the actual full game. But those servers are also down. So maybe someday I will be able to find like a complete APK for that somewhere online in the depths of the internet, but not today. The other main Bard's Tale game, the Mage's Tale, which is a little VR dungeon crawler by In Exile, makers of the newer Bard's Tale games. And that looks fun, but I don't have a VR set, so again, maybe someday. But for now, we're looking at Dragon Wars, which was allegedly originally going to be the fourth Bard's Tale game. However, Interplay decided, hey, the Bard's Tale series is over, let's make this its own thing, and so it became Dragon Wars. Let's see, lead developer on this were like Brian Fargo from Bard's Tale series, as well as Rebecca Heineman, the programmer again for like Bard's Tale 2 and 3. Michael Cranston, the original developer for the first Bard's Tale game, has at this point gone off, or at the point where this released, had gone off to work on his own projects. Again, allegedly there were some disagreements at Interplay over the direction of the series. Okay. Oh, and it's worth noting that Rebecca Hyman apparently currently battling some fairly aggressive cancer. And the American healthcare system being what it is, her insurance company has decided that no, it's not really going to cover the treatment for that. So, if you're in the mood, go ahead and look her up. She has a GoFundMe to fund her cancer treatments. Wish her all the best. And taking a look at her game here from 1989, Dragon Wars. Now, this is one of those games where most of the story is actually in the manual. Let's open this up here. Gonna show up. Here we are. So, Dragon Wars. Orbiting the star Sirius, millions of miles away from any other intelligent life, a tiny ball of hot water is home to amazing adventures. Sirius is 3 times the mass of our own star and 60 times brighter. Its huge, bloated mass spans the entire horizon of the humid world of Oceania. Oceania is a world 85% of water and getting wetter. As the baleful fury of Sirius erodes her diminutive polar ice caps year by year, Oceania is a world younger than our own, wedded to a star with but a fraction of the life expectancy of Sol. It is a world brimming, or it is a world burning the candle at both ends, enjoying twice the light in half the time, and spinning all the faster toward annihilation and the void. Her surface is dotted with 10,000 islands. Some are home to thriving civilization, while others are all that remain of greater achievements long since sunk beneath the waves. Oceania is a violent world of capricious storms where natural geographic barriers and hostile sea life hold people and empires apart. In no time of her history has Oceania known unified rule. I mean, neither has Earth. Of all the islands over Oceania, the most fabled by far is Dilmun, the land where the sun sets. Located on a score of nautical charts, each time in a different place, Dilmun is always just over the horizon. It is the home to all that is best in Oceania, the home of her eldest empire, the seat of her finest culture, the lair of her most terrible beasts, an isle of dragons, and a destination of pilgrims. Beneath Nisir, the mountain of salvation, is the secret heart of Magan, the Underworld. As your adventure begins, you find yourself aboard an armored pilgrim's barge, nosing through the still waters of a silent fjord, nearing a fjord? Whatever. Nearing the moment you will drop the plank on an isle you believe to be Dilmun. Perhaps you are a pilgrim in search of peace and enlightenment, or an adventurer on the trail of a fabled treasure, or a weary mercenary seeking retirement and eternal slumber in vaults held high above the waves. Hopes are high as the incredibly ancient architecture of this isle's lone port swims into view. Rapture, just off the bow. You my scroll wheel is kind of broken. As it turns out, Purgatory is just off the bow. Rapture may or may not lay beyond the walls of the port city. No sooner does the pilgrim's barge enter the harbor than she is boarded by city officials who quickly put all crew and passengers under arrest. Stripped of all possessions and wealth, one pilgrim in every 10 is separated from the pack for the sacrifice to dragons. Your party is among the fortunate remainder dropped naked and defenseless into the slums of Purgatory, there to fare as you will. The armored barge is confiscated and made a part of Ilmun's rapidly growing navy, a navy that will one day sail out across the seas of Oceania, at long last bringing her beneath the heel of a single ruler, Namtar, the beast from the pit. That's quite the sobriquet. Back to basics in one of the most dangerous neighborhoods anywhere. You know you've been know only you've been had. A well-intentioned traveler, you've been treated like a beast by Namtar, consigned to life of perpetual poverty in Purgatory. No one escapes Purgatory alive, and few know the luxury to die in bed within her walls. Starting hip deep in mud, you must use every trick just to stay alive. Much less worry about sticking it to the beast from the pit. Objective: you and your party of adventurers are in the magical land of Dilmun, an island of salvation perverted into a world of horror by Namtar. You begin the game armed only with your wits in the savage streets of Purgatory. You must find a way to survive in Oceania's most dangerous slum, locate a way out of the same, and accept the impossible task of toppling Namtar. Vengeance must be yours. We are not one to let bygones be bygones, I guess. Examine your reference card. No, determine how your mundane computer becomes a portal to the mystic world of Oceania. So we're doing sort of a Omicron, the Nomad Soul sort of thing, maybe. Card will show you, yeah. Party, creating characters, file, skills, skill descriptions. There's a lot of skills in this game. I don't know how useful most of them are. The bandage is apparently how you heal. We have lore skills to tell you about the places you're in. You can climb, you can hide, lockpick. Magic skills, probably important. Fist fighting. Apparently disarming is a fairly large mechanic in this game. You can disarm enemies, enemies can disarm you, and then you're just back to punching it out. Maybe fist fighting isn't a bad skill to pick up. And then, skills for each type of weapon. A lot of magic. Apparently, Namtar, the beast from the pit, is the mightiest sorcerer in Dilmun. Smart boy that he is, Namtar has manipulated King Drake of Kingsholm. Namtar not in direct rule? I guess not. Into declaring a general ban on magic, thus giving Namtar a monopoly on this world's true power. The city-states of Dilmun, none too closely allied to begin with, did not take kindly to this degree, and open warfare resulted. Spellcasting legions were chewed up the opening weeks of the war, while conventional forces continue to struggle to this day. Namtar's Strasstrupen, a sort of magical secret police, eliminated most of Dilmun's top individual sorcerers before an effective resistance could be organized. Namtar has all but won the war, and the formal practice of magic has been outlawed in Dilmun. Curse persists, and magic is still taught in secret, out-of-the-way places, and it is one of your tasks to recover the world's lost magical knowledge. 4 branches of magic. The acknowledged master of high magic, Lanaktur, a dangerously unstable being formerly in residence in the city of the Yellow Mud Toad. Lanaktur was Rostrupen's first target, ambushed while torpid following an excessive feast of lampreys. Lanaktur's body was first turned to stone, then smashed into pieces. Lanaktur's demise, the practice of high magic all but vanished from Dilmun. But rumors persist Lanaktur himself had a teacher, and that the teacher resides somewhere in the Eastern Isles. Sun magic remains public and legal. Master of Sun magic is Crystal Vision, great public hero in residence of the Temple of the Sun in Phobos. Sun magic has gained popularity in recent years as the Great Star Sirius gradually drowns the planet by melting the polar ice caps. Yeah, beyond the winning side here, right? The sun is clearly the most powerful thing. Druid magic is the way of elements and beasts. One further class of magic in Dragon Wars called miscellaneous magic. These 3 spells are usable by anyone who has a skill in any of the 4 standard classes of magic. And then, here's all the spells. Also, combat, getting around, item, final note. Here's our map. I guess we're starting here in Purgatory. Forlorn Island, here with the ruins. Isle of the Sun, Phobos, so it's pretty close. There's Lansk, there's Necropolis, there's Mud Toad. In depth for a game, yes, it is. I don't know how they picked the name, but this doesn't really sound like Dragon War. It sounds like Namtar Wars. There's Byzanopol and King's Home. All right, let's see. Paragraphs. Yeah, so this is the sort of game where it was still in the days where there were concerns over disk space and being able to display much text on the screen at a time, so they offloaded a lot of the text into paragraphs here in the manual. And in the way of things, it's probably like half of these are probably fake, and they're just designed to mislead you. If you're the sort of person who would go through and read all the paragraphs, try and get ahead. So like many of these are going to just be red herrings or outright lies. But yeah, there's how many? Still going. 147 paragraphs in the manual to read. And then here's a picture. We've got Paul O'Connor. We've got Rebecca Heineman, who was going by Bill Hyman in the gaming industry back then because people would get mad if they knew a lady was working on a game. Things not much different today. And then Todd Kamasta. Anyway, that's Dragon Wars. I've also got my trusty mapping program here because while there is an auto map in the game, it's not great. You can't really annotate anything, but let's get started. It's our current party. It's a party of 4, and then you have like 3 or 4 slots for NPCs and summon monster stuff. We've got Muscles, Theb, Elendil, and Cheetah. Muscles, let's see, 21 strength, 20 dex, 10 int, 10 spirit. Kind of a bruiser type. Abilities. Got cave lore, forest lore, mountain lore, swim, tracker, and flails. Obviously sort of a barbarian. He doesn't have any magic. Got Theb. He's 14 strength, 24 dex, 10 int, 10 spirit. So looking like a rogue. abilities. He's got town lore, climb, hiding, lockpick, pickpocket, swim, and swords. So yeah, a rogue. Elendil, 10 strength, 16 dex, 12 int, and 14 spirit. Nothing really outstanding here. He's got 2 points in bandage, one in swim, one in bureaucracy, one in high magic, one in low magic, and one in bows. So, sort of like a healer type. Obviously a backline character. Going to be a caster once he actually learns magic. And Cheetah. It has 11 strength, 12 dex, 16 int, and 15 spirit, so another backline caster. Abilities, arcane lore, swim, druid magic, low magic, and sun magic. So yeah, we've got, like a barbarian, a rogue, a cleric, and a mage. And that seems good enough to me. I don't have any better ideas about the name. Let's just go with it. Stripped of all possessions and wealth, you've been dropped naked and defenseless into the slums of Purgatory by order of Namtar, the beast from the pit. No one escapes Purgatory alive, and few know the luxury to die in bed within her walls. Here we are. The graphics, there's no playing, which is unfortunate, but let's see now. Just get my map going. So I don't know how big the maps are in this game. Bard's Tale was, I think, Bard's Tale 21 by 21. I think that's right. So let's go ahead and guess that that's the same. Custom design. And I don't know where we're starting exactly, but I'm going to go ahead and guess that we're in the middle. 1111. And no walls directly around us right away, so south 1, capturing my. Here's our auto map. It's not bad, but as you can see, it's very small. It's going to show up, what? 1, 2, maybe 7 by 7. And obviously you can't annotate it or anything. Nope. Our first combat attracted some unwanted attention. One giant spider 30 feet away appeared. Okay. Advance. Yes. And fight it. Attack, dodge, block, use an item, new weapon, load weapon, run, move, or view the party. Attack for now, it's just a single spider. Oh, it landed a pretty good hit. Also notice that our characters have 2 or 3 bars. The top bar in red is health. The bottom bar, the green bar, is stun. And the blue bar would be magic power. Stun regenerates automatically in full after every fight. You can think of it as sort of temporary HP. Stamina. Right. Got 27 XP for beating up a single spider. And you see the stun bars just refilled in full, but the health bars do not. And let's see. Let's see how bandaging works. Ability. Bandage. And Elendil has taken the most. Bandages, Elendil, and now he feels better. Alright, good. Doing that, let's top everyone off. Let's see, Theb didn't seem to do anything. Didn't do any good. It sure didn't. Okay. So you're apparently a bit limited in how much bandage. Space for 2 more names. Wonder if you could have a larger party. Yeah, there's guest characters and summoned monsters. So main party is 4 people only. You can make your own if you want. And then otherwise it's yeah, there's a fairly robust summoning system just like there was in the Bard's Tale. Okay, so I did move by one. Just add in here. Back down to here. I really wish it didn't capture my mouse. Kind of annoying. Oh, a wolf appeared. There's wolves just in the city. Always make your own party, and they're always worse than the pre-made party. Yeah, that happens, but hey, it's fun playing with your own party. Beat up this wolf. Oh, it's out of range. That's why you have to advance first. All right, we beat up a wolf. Some up here. Still 1 more space between the wall. It's solid. Read paragraph 14. Okay. Just this on the map here. Paragraph 14. So, 14, your knowledge of city lore serves you well. Okay, so because one of our characters has the city lore skill, we get this paragraph. Like the Artemis reminds of that MS-DOS era. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it is that MS-DOS era. It's like early VGA, late CGA DOS. Yeah. Well, city lore serves you well. This place isn't so much a city as a prison. The streets are unpaved and evidently double as an open-air sewer system. Fun. Many of the city's structures are buildings only in the loosest sense of the word. Several have holes in the roof or no roof at all. Others have been gutted by fire. Everything is damp, showing the city is little different from any other on Oceania. The rising sea level is eroding the land upon which the city is located, and it is slowly sinking. Doubtless, those buildings that have basements will be at least hip deep in water, Graffiti is scrawled on walls everywhere, generally curses directed at Namtar and crude pornographic renderings of all the species of Oceania. In all, Purgatory is an ugly place. Well to leave as possible. All right, let me see. I highlight this. I can't. Probably a better way. Okay, so we've seen journal entry 14. Right. Well, 5 cannibals appeared. I guess they don't feed people in here, so they've all resorted to cannibalism. That's fun. 30 feet away, advance. It is nice that they mostly do stun damage. You don't have to worry too much about everyone getting killed. Speaking of which, I should try and heal again. Stab didn't do any good. No, apparently I cannot yet bandage again. Those animations are right, yep. Well, the Bard's Tale team did really good sprite animations for like all the monsters you fought. Alright, here. A wall to the north as well? No. This razor thin little wall between these passages. Continue mapping out this main square area though. Should bring me down to furthest south I've been otherwise. Yep. Oh, more cannibals. A little gap in the wall and to the north. Corner. I can go in here. You hate navigating big open fields, yeah. I think most of it's more traditional, but I think they do have a few open fields. Or bring me down. Yeah. and column. Just being wonderfully satisfying about filling in little maps like this and slowly getting your way through it. And you can see like piles of trash and pools of water on the floor. And it does like obviously branch into a bunch of hallways and stuff as you get away from the big town square that you start in. Kind of mowing the lawn. I don't know where more we're going to be. Yeah, it's hopefully going to be pretty good. Look a little, and then a break in the wall. 3 bandits. I suppose bandits are to be expected. And hopefully we can punch these guys to death. I wouldn't be surprised if we wind up with some early game deaths. But not yet. Oh, we leveled up. Here. Got 16 health now, 16 stun. I guess his stun is always equal to health. Did any of his stats go up? I don't know. So the way leveling up actually works in the game is press the X button. So every time you level up, I guess you get 2 points, and you can increase your stats with points. Strength costs 1, Dex costs 2, Intelligence 1, Spirit 2, Health also costs 2. It isn't derived from your strength or anything. And you can also skills. So, skills, I could give Arcane Lore for 1 point. I could increase his Cave Lore for 1 point. Teach him to bandage, 2 points. Climb, he doesn't have climb. Let's see, fist fighting, I could teach him fist fighting. He's currently fighting with his fists. That might not be a bad pick. Hiding, lockpick hitting, tracking. Bureaucracy. Bureaucracy is a skill. Apparently the skill of, like, I would call it more charisma. Like, it's apparently the skill of getting people on your side if you want to, like, the popular revolution to overthrow Namtar. Put everything in swimming, that might not actually be a bad idea. We are on a little island archipelago, and it's a skill for a reason. I think I'm going to at least want everyone with 1 swimming. So anyone who doesn't have swimming is probably going to get swimming. For now, I'm going to give him fist fighting and a point of strength. No stick? Yeah. I didn't have to confirm or anything. Let's see. Theb. Does Theb have swimming? He does. Let's also give him fist fighting, because I don't know when I'm going to find weapons. And let's see. Elves cost 2. Give Theb. Doesn't have that would actually be useful. Weapon skills are 2 each. Someone else has bureaucracy. Like there's some skills like the lore skills, bureaucracy, magic skills, where it's probably fine to just have one person specializes in. Give him a point of strength as well. More damage is always good. Got a swim team. Yeah, they're going to be swimming from island to island, I'm pretty sure. He has swim as well. Good. Got 1 point in bureaucracy. Druid magic costs 10 points. That's why the caster stats are otherwise so low. It's all a point buy system. Like these guys starting with like druid magic and sun magic and otherwise, they don't have a lot of points in anything else. He does have a point in bow. I've got arcane lore covered, cave, forest, and mountain lore covered. Town lore is covered by the other caster or Theb, I think. All the lores are covered. 2 points in bandage. Climb is probably another skill that I might want everyone to have if we need to like climb over piles of rubble or walls or whatever. Might need everyone to have it. Give them a point in climb. And a point of intelligence. Cheetah. Cheetah. Okay, so everyone does start with a point in swim. I might want to boost that up, but a good starting point. Let's give them another point in arcane lore. Also a point of intelligence. Okay, and can I bandage again now? Didn't do any good. Hmm. No. That's the leveling system in this game. It's a bit more in-depth than any of the Bardstill games were. That's most of our big square mapped. Ooh, this is the main gate to Purgatory, the gate through which you were unceremoniously dumped following your arrival in port. Guards are posted here. You're free to go your own way in the city, but the guards will happily kick your spleen up through your teeth if you want to rush the gate. Good to know. Yeah, yeah, same message. Bye, Dave here. Saved, good. Those boys majored in spleen kicking at the University of King. 5 King's Guards, 30 feet. 6 pikemen 50 feet up here. Let's fight them. Punch these guys. Sure, this will go well. It's not going well. I mean, they didn't even kill us. They just sort of stunned us all. They beat us up pretty badly. Let's see, how do I load a game? I mean, it's probably. I'm sure we won't get beat up too badly. Anyway, I'm actually surprised they don't kill you. Into a wall. I bandage again. Muscles. It worked because muscles hadn't been bandaged before. Oh, it actually worked. Good. And I guess you can bandage after you've had your health damaged. Good. We're actually not in bad shape. Yeah, the view is so small. Passage. Sure, no one's looking at us weird for going around and bumping into all the walls. Probably a thing a lot of people in here do. Here is our map of the town square so far. Oh, decently sized. I don't know if the coordinates are right here. I don't know what the actual origin point was, but we started off. No, here, actually. 1111. I don't know if we actually get a spell or anything later on that tells us what our exact coordinates are on any given map. But this will do for now. And let's see. Way to go. I'm right here, the south corner, so I guess I might as well go through the southern passage. We have a door. What's in here? That's nothing. It is actually on the map, though. So unlike, say, the Bard's Tale games, we're sort of abstractions. It's actually on the map and navigable. Door here. It's these Efukaral gents. Some sun. Okay. One unjustly accused 30 feet, one innocent man 50 feet, and one cannibal 80 feet appear. Okay, so we have to fight the unjustly accused and the cannibal. Like, you think maybe we could talk to these people? Maybe not the cannibals, but the innocent man, the unjustly accused. Like, we're all sort of on the same side here, aren't we? I guess we're just going to beat them up. Too far away to fight, so build the unjustly accused. Okay? And now we're just going to pummel this innocent man. And we're the ones who barged into their home, too. Didn't do any good. We can't get any lore. I guess there's nothing in here. Door. Distracted one innocent man. Sure, let's beat up this innocent guy. Barge into his home, beat him up. We're definitely the heroes here. You feel strangely energized. Okay. I guess this is like a... Didn't heal me. Maybe it restores spell points. Not that I have any magic yet. Should mark this. A little alcove here. All right. That's that little corner. go over this. All right, door here. Anyone in? Okay. Another little passage going up to the north. Stay down here for now. Door here. Another door. Just go back outside. Oh, does not. Comes out here. Okay. Minimap's decently helpful for creating an actual map, if nothing else. Where okay. Yeah. All right. Fixed. And go up north. We could continue on. getting this filled in. 2 rock spiders. I mean, sure. It's a pikeman. You take his pike and his armor. That would actually be helpful. Still too far away. All right. Well, we got some gold. I think that's the first gold we've actually gotten. Unjustly accused. Seems like we have kind of another big square here. Just that passage out before. Step over. The way the walls are done in this is a little confusing. Passage up into where I just was. Other side of that little corner, big openings. Nothing in here. Edge here. Oh, here's a yonder boy. That's quite the sprite. All right, sure. Let's beat up the yonder boy. He didn't put up much of a fight. 3 rock spiders. They're doing some damage to me. Thankfully, they are only stunning me. All right. Leveled up. Didn't take any real damage there. Let's see if I can bandage muscles. Do any? No. Okay. Spend my skill points. Dexterity. Teach him to bandage. I don't know if that would actually be useful. Give him climbing. More strength. Feb. Climbing. Give him a point of dexterity. And it'll... Health would be to bump up to basically ever. Let's see. Arcane lore is already covered by someone else. It's close. Have some help for you. How to climb. Increase that intelligence. That'll do. Door here. Nothing in this building. Yes. City is fairly large. Map is quite a bit bigger than Bard's Tale map. And this side back into the big square started in. Show this off. Maps look like this. Up in here, like this area here that's getting sort of sectioned off. This here it obviously continues in this direction, like up. Down here's where the guards are. That little healing spot here. Found too much yet. But hey, filling in this map. And isn't that what dungeon crawlers are all about? Look, two next. I guess I'm right here. Door here. What's in here? Nothing. Empty little 2x2 room. So we can take it over, make it our home. Forget about escaping from Purgatory. Just make the best with what we have. You're in a slum that's overrun with giant spiders and stuff, and all it good. You know, they say that the best revenge is living well. How would Namtar like it if he found out that we're happy here in Purgatory? Homeowners now? I think he'd be furious. Other door. That's square. Nothing. Not a special healing pool. Door. Down in here. Doors into all these buildings on different sides of the building. I don't know why they would do that. Odd decision to me. A little break that leads up into this. All right. Getting there. Getting there. Yes. Other side of that house. Back all the way to the south here. Three, five, and there's a break in the wall. Door. Or south of it. Or this. Good. Passageway here. Yeah, that then this hallway, alley. Thing in particular. South from it goes in that direction quite a way. Right. That door. The wolf. Apparently this is where the wolf. Door here. Another door here. Quite the complicated building. Outside again. Okay. Just the other door. Some lowlifes favor robbing from the rich to give to the poor, so long as no one considers them rich. Here's a bandit. I'm in favor of robbing the rich and giving to the poor. I think that's fine. Not everyone, obviously. Right? There is a lot of city here. Anything here? Little dead end. All right. Namtar shall deliver us from evil, the fanatics howl. Two fanatics. Okay. Like a statue. Paragraph 3. Okay. Mark this statue on that square. All right. At 14 before. Paragraph 3. This is a shrine to the Dark Lady Urkala, Queen of Magan, the underworld of Oceania. Of all the structures in this area, this is the best preserved. Simple offerings of weeds and rocks lay before Urkala, indicating some residents of this world worship the Dark Queen. Urkala's image is blasted from bronze. She seems serene and confident, with a terrible sort of beauty lurking in her fierce countenance. The black pits of her eyes stare at you without emotion. Here is a deity to be feared, perhaps also to be loved. All right, seeing this one. Learn all about the local gods. Sure, let's pray to Urkala. Who will sacrifice an item? No one has any items. Okay, so what, when we get some items later, some weird how this moves around with us. Some weeds and some rocks or whatever it is she likes. We'll come back here and we'll make an offering. But for now, I guess we can't pray without making a sacrifice. Just remember that's here. I'm sure it's important. Another fanatic. Paragraph 94 now. Oh, I mark. Back the manual. Here we are. 94. You recall learning of waters like this during your mystical studies. The pool of water ahead fits the description of Apsu waters, waters of the world ocean that underlies the surface of Oceania. Apsu waters are coterminous with the world of Oceania, mystical Magan underworld, and dark dimensions where gods and devils reside. Okay, good to know. So, wish to enter the Apsu waters. Maybe not yet. Apparently they're coterminous with the world where devils reside. Let's see. Does that like take me somewhere else? Maybe. Okay, basically a teleporter to another world. Could be. Uh, how do I want to mark this? Probably a teleporter. What? Okay. The game is saved. There are ascending stairs here. Do you wish to take them? It takes me to the Magan Underworld. Yes. Okay, so probably going to need a light. Flash. Yeah. Okay. Flash. Yeah. How do I get back to the stairs? Perhaps in a bad situation here, having gone through this. It's a nice touch that the mini also doesn't work in here. Yes, please. An irregular shaft leads into the bowels of the earth. The tar's ruin. Oh no. I may have taken the wrong stairs out. Okay. Can I load the game? Save. Quit. Quit here. Start this back up and not get lost in the underworld. Let's continue. Okay. So you can see where we found the statue and the pool of water that leads into the underworld. I wonder how many people just like get lost in there on a daily basis. Probably a few, right? It's right there. People are just stumbling into it drunk or whatever, I imagine. Anyway, we're back. We'll investigate this after we have a light source, some torches maybe. If we can find someplace that sells torches, that would help. We also probably need money. Is like, and we currently have $9 each, 9 gold, $9 worth of gold coins, which honestly is not many gold coins unless they're like extremely tiny. Okay, this is an important location. Uh, okay, where now? Where now? I head back to the starting area, I think. Or some of the little passages that branch off of that. There might be like a shop or something close to the start, I would expect. If I were going to put a shop in the game, I would put it close to the start. Okay. The little house. There's that passage, the north. Guess let's go up here. There's bound to be something, like a shop or something where I can buy some equipment, right? Or maybe, I mean, nothing's dropping equipment. That pikeman didn't drop anything, except a bit of money. The only guy who's dropped money so far was that one pikeman. Side. Fighters. All right. Five cannibals. Cannibals are quite fragile. This looks like it just connects back up with that other passage I was at before. It's just down this way. Opens up and there's another statue. Okay. Paragraph 9. Another statue, another goddess probably. The other one was a statue. All right. Paragraph 9. A statue of Namtar, the beast from the pit, dominates this dirty city square. You carefully examine the statue, trying to memorize the features of the villain exiled you to Purgatory. You struggle in vain. The citizens of Purgatory themselves, no less fond of Namtar, have taken it out on his image. The nose is broken, the limbs are chipped, and the mouth is deformed beyond all recognition. Good to know. That's Namtar, the beast from the pit. All right. Two more things past the statue, break in the water. Cannibals. They're hungry. It isn't going as some of the others have. I don't think anyone took any real damage. Maybe Musk did. Bandage. No. Okay. We're doing pretty good for a band of 4 naked people. It's got dumped into the city. Like even a larger group of cannibals are not really standing much chance against us, are they? Definitely our way around this fight. Better than you might expect a group of pilgrims do. Some loons, wild-eyed, bushy-haired loons pop up out of nowhere. still 20 feet away. I didn't notice just how far away they were at first. It didn't last long. Okay. Bandaged cheetah. That's square mapped. All right. Where to next? Kind of want to go back way to area. And unjustly accused. Let's go ahead and beat this guy up. Like, would he even attack me? He was 30 feet away from me, right? Was he even planning to start anything? Or did we just see this guy and let him have it immediately? I was in the area before, filling in these gaps. Little space in there. Door in front of us. Another door here. Nothing in here. One of these buildings is going to have something in it. Not this one, though. Door coming out of the north. nothing in this little alcove. Continues up that way. Walls here. Even with how far we've been on this side. Some lowlifes, yeah. Our bandit friend. Um, Fills in that. Little L-shaped building there. I'm all this. Okay. Made it to of those exits off of the open square. Currently, our map is like this. We're like currently right in here. Tucked up around here where the statue of Namtar is. Here's the statue of that goddess. Here's that healing square. Gates, where we heard about the city, Purgatory. There's a lot that still hasn't been explored, like up here, over here, here, down this way. The gates here, and then currently here. Another big open area. This whole section up here. Quite a lot to it. Okay, let's continue. OBS keeps complaining that there's no audio because, yeah, the game has no background music. Maybe I should play something. A breeze crawls in from the harbor, bearing a sickly stench. To know. I guess the harbor is this way. Where here? Another little cul-de-sac here. Little dead end. Five. Okay. Bench. Five. Paragraph 5. The long one. With a distaste, you discover the source of the foul odor. Before you is a low structure, not so much a building, as an odd series of stone slabs leaning against one another. Some ancient stonemason identified this place with a legend carved into the rock. Work. Work. Okay. A more recent hand has added its own opinion. The way out, chumps. The stench of the dead is overpowering. Sensing there's something important about this place, you hang around on the fringes and observe the routine. Sallow work gangs of malnourished slaves, themselves more dead than alive, slowly carry corpses from the building and stack them in sloppy piles. Dimly wonder what crime or heresy landed these poor souls a job as slaves in a city of criminals. From time to time, additional corpses are brought here by the more tidy citizens of Purgatory. These are deposited in the house or stacked in the piles without seeming purpose. After a time, several of the slaves bundle one or more corpses into a crude canvas sack and hurl the bundle over the wall. Distantly, you think you hear a splash. You judge you are near the harbor wall. Are the dead of Purgatory hurled into the waters of the city's harbor? It occurs to you a living man could lay with the dead and journey with them in a sack over the wall and to freedom in the harbor beyond. How far do the sacks of corpses fall? Are they really tossed into the harbor, or do they tumble into a well? Did you escape from a bag of cadavers before it sank to the bottom of the sea, maybe forever mired in muck and weeds? Perhaps the overpowering smell of this place is starting to get to you, or perhaps pick it out. Perhaps. Savior? Is there some way that we can impersonate the dead? Like, there's no way to rest. Well, who knows? The door. Do you like to keep giving me that message about the other side? I guess I should go and check out inside this building. Okay, inside the building. Good to know. Dividing wall. Soldier. Just did one soldier though. I'm sure we can take him. Yeah. And we got gold. Did not take his stuff though. I think we should have taken his stuff. Oh, I'm behind the main city wall. Freedom is so close, yet so far. Okay. Found a secret door. Ba-ba-ba. That. Okay. Oh, I found another potential way out of the city by going through that, by going into the city walls, which I'm sure will be very safe. That's why you just bump into every. Drunks are kind of tough. What can I do? What can I do for you, stranger? Says the barkeep. You can ask for volunteers or listen for rumors. Found the bar, the tavern. Anyone want to join up with us? I'm not going to pay you or anything, but get some drunks on our side. And for rumors. Barkeep says, I hear there's a secret hatch within the southwest tower leading to freedom. Southwest tower, okay. Anything else? I hear a strong man can swim to safety through the harbor. Well, I mean, we've got a strong man. I hear you should pay your respects to Kala if you plan to enter her realm. Makes sense. Offer something to the statue before we go through her portal. Uh, wall from the. I hear there's a way to get into the wall from the northwest tower. Yeah, we did find that. Magician in the slave camp who is impressed by magic. Okay, well, we don't have any magic yet. You hear the bad things about the Apsu waters. It can lead the unwary to hell. Yep. Here there's a secret hatch. Heard that one. Strong man. Yep. Pay your respects. Yep. Pay to get into the wall. Yep. Magician who's impressed by magic. That seems to be all of them. Asked for volunteers. Brave soul who wishes to join up. Ulrich. Sure. Fresh faces are a rare thing here. My name is Ulrich, and like you, I cannot settle for slavery. Let us join forces. Sure thing, Grilla. No one else wants to join up. Okay. All right. We got some rumors. We got a new friend. Everything's going okay. Right, what's in? Many people are here dying of various diseases and afflictions. A robed healer attends to the needs of all. Needs healing. Everyone does. Let's see. Full healing. Why not? 16 gold. No. Okay, never mind. Get a charge for healing. What is this, America? Found a hospital, the bar. No, no one needs healing. That's what's Erlich doing. Erlich status. General overview. Strength 20, Dex 17, Int 8, Spirit 14. So he's a bruiser, like Muscles. He actually has equipment. He has a hand axe and leather armor. Oh well. What abilities do you have? He's got Cave Lore, Swim, and Axes. All right. Did it say what level he is? Level 3. Like the rest of us. I guess I would want to put like Muscles, then Erlich. Wrong button. Muscle, then Erlich, then Theb, then Lendil. Cheetah in the back. Okay, that works for me. back of the bar. Right. Door here. Goes over that section. Door on 1, 2. Nothing. Nothing. Oh boy, this Humbaba is big with a capital B, 80 feet away. Should we fight Humbaba here? Run away. Yeah, got Humbaba. Mark him on the map. I'm sure we'll come back to him later, but I would maybe like to have some equipment. We'll leave him alone for now. Okay. Uh, see was side. Nothing. It's just a little dead end. Fair enough. Right. A pretty good section of the city done here. I just need to step away from a second. I'll be right back. Okay. Let's see here. Oh, map is coming along. Found Humbaba up here in this corner. There's this corner down here, which is where the morgue is. that. Um, Forget what her name is. Amtar being Ratman backwards. It's on here. Go to the Underworld. Alright, so I guess we can continue up on the side and work our way around. Eventually, we're going to find someone who will tell us something, or we can scavenge some gear. Either way, it would just be nice to have some gear. Okay, onward we go. Okay. A great chorus of voices issues up from the west. Okay. I guess we're gonna have to get around to there. Find out what this great chorus is. It's usually a good sign, right? Or having fun singing. Definitely nothing sinister. Hear the bloodthirsty howls of a great crowd from behind the wall to the north. Everyone's having a great time. Door here. All right. And in there. Okay, this is all sort of sectioned off already. Hear the bloodthirsty howls of a great crowd. Yeah, okay. Edge. This in the corner. You seem to have something of a structure. You hear the lusty shouts of a large crowd coming from the east. So what is it? Like a Colosseum? I guess that would make sense. Door. Door. Oh, the black market. Hello. We have what you need. Great. Finally, I found a shop. I probably can't afford anything, but I found a shop. Let's see. Where's my shop icon? Okay. Muscles. Sure. Pool gold. 56. Not too bad. Buy an item. Weapons. Okay, he can't afford much. He can buy a flail, though. He is skilled with flails, specifically. Maces use the same skill as flails. What's this? Let's see. Muscle. No, flails and maces are separate skills. Main item, weapon. Let's buy a flail for muscles. And I have basically no money left. What's armor cost? Cloth armor is only 25. That's not bad. I wonder if everyone can use cloth armor. All right. The muscles. The flail. Great. We have a weapon. Let's share the gold out. That's nice. It's nice that that button exists. A lot of games of this era that you can pool gold, but you can't then share it back out. Not that I think it matters all that much in this, because I don't think weight or encumbrance is really an issue. Either way, we have a weapon now. That's great. And we know where the shop is. So as we acquire more gold, possibly from that Colosseum we've been hearing, we can actually equip our party. Here's 6 jail keepers. We don't care for you magical, but how do you know we're magic lovers? Let's advance. Oh, Cheetah can't attack. He's too far back. We need to get like ranged weapons for the party member back. For now, just dodge, I guess, since he doesn't have any spells. Wow. Let's run. This is not going well for us. All right. Use skill, ability, bandage. Skills. Great. Feels a little bit better. Skill didn't do good. Feb. Mostly healed. Well, I mean, no, we're mostly patched up. Okay. So jail keepers down that way, maybe? Current file. Is that always going to be the case? Yes, this is to be a set encounter. Run away. Okay, mark that. I think there are quite a few like set encounters in here. It's not always obvious what they are. They'll keep. We'll come back for them. A higher level when we have our equipment. We'll come back. For now, we're going to keep exploring the city, and we'll head into the Colosseum, I imagine. But for now, we have other things to explore, other areas we have not yet been. Where with Namtar's statue. Here's spiders. Spiders also really cleaning us up. Okay. We beat them though, and it didn't really take much in the way of actual damage. Do any. I guess no one took any new actual damage. It can be hard to tell. $67. Okay. Do you wish to sell yourselves at the slave market? No. What? And just a second here. I should have read that. 67, right? Slave market. Where's this paragraph? What is this about a slave market? 7. Here we are, 67. This is an open-air slave market filled with the cry of fleshmongers and the laughter of a perfumed crowd. Here men and women are for sale, people such as yourselves, to the jaded residents of the Dilmun interior. From the gate of the slave market you watch as several young men are auctioned off. They seem less healthy than yourselves. Maybe they've been in the city longer than you. It seems a sad way out of this place to make yourself a slave. But isn't anything better than a life of misery and slow death in the streets of Purgatory? You scan the crowd, anxious to measure the character of citizens of the Dilmun interior. Their faces seem cruel and aristocratic, with a faint hint of more than human. Here and there you spot a face that seems kinder than most. But if you were on the block, what guarantee would you have of receiving a kind master? Could you truly live with yourself as a slave? There's a long line of lost souls waiting for the auction block. Nothing will stop you should you decide to join them. Okay. I guess it's an option. save. Or read paragraph 58. 58. After a long wait, you shuffle onto the block with a host of other unfortunates. You are in better shape than the poor wretches that surround you, and your group is instantly the subject of spirited bidding. Shudder as you are sold to a man with a fat neck for more gold than you are likely to see in a lifetime. You are led away from the slave auction and linked to one another by a continuous sequence of chains and collars. Presently, your new master appears and introduces himself. I am Master Mogg, he says. From this moment on, I am your mother, I am your father, I am your god, I am your world. I am Mogg. Mogg is all. Abandon all hope of freedom. You are my property to do with as I please. Mogg leaves you to the hands of his slave bosses. Spend the next several weeks attempting to break your spirit. During this time you are loaded aboard a painfully slow cog and sail to Master Mogg's estate. You are afforded a brief glimpse of Mogg's luxurious palace before you are led beneath the earth and introduced to Mogg's salt mines. Then begins a mind-numbing series of repetitious chores. You are not permitted to leave the mines. You work, sleep, and eat in the same series of identical tunnels, never permitted to see the sun. Uh, the end, I suppose. I mean, what do you expect? Oh, the game continues. We're chained up in the mines. School guards sneer at you. Quit daydreaming and get to work, slave. Okay. Yes, boss. I'm surprised the game actually continues here. Beating slaves is the only exercise, the proper exercise these boys get. Let's. Should we fight? Can we fight? Like we're all stunned up and chained anyway. Okay. Run. I'm actually surprised that the game continues on and now play a party of slaves. Hmm, to work, yeah. It's the whole thing. Feeble little spring bubbles in the corner. Smells very bad in here. Guess we have to run from the guards. Plenty of loose rubble in this chamber. Who gets to loot? Sure. Wow, rocks and dragon stones? So weird. Okay, you can sell yourself into slavery, and that gets you out of purgatory. Now you're a slave in the mines of Master Mogg, and it's have fun. Like this is apparently a legitimate path through the game that you can take. Avoid the guards, and I suppose try and find some way to escape, right? Huh. How strange, how bizarre. Do I want to continue with this path, or do I want to go back and continue exploring Purgatory and consider my options? Still have his flail. His gold, his chain, his rocks, stone. Your chains encumber you. They sure do. Dragonstones, I believe, are items you can use to restore your power points, your like spell points, because they don't regenerate naturally. Uh, okay, for now, I'm going to go ahead and quit out and then load back in. And we're like we have to figure out the best way, the way we want to take to escape the city. Here, quit. And I saved just before I sold myself into slavery, so that's fine. Okay, no. Okay. I mean, maybe we will. Maybe we will eventually go back into Master Mogg's care. But for now, I'd like to explore the rest of the city and see what else is going on here. But yeah, I'm honestly surprised and fairly impressed that this is like a legitimate option. Go work in the mines and then find a way to escape from the mines. Maybe that's easier. This is where the guards are. Maybe that's easier than escaping from Purgatory some other way. And we also have the option of maybe disguising ourselves as corpses and getting hurled into the harbor. And like, do we just use our hide skill for that? Because one of our characters has the hide skill, right? Like Theb ability, hiding. Yeah, that didn't do any good. Maybe if we use it over there in the morgue, we can get ourselves bundled up and tossed into the harbor. Big void here. I suppose the jail keepers might be blocking the way to that, right? Run away. Yeah, they might be blocking the door into that. blank space in there too. That's this square. All right. Uh, Not quite yet. We still have other options. We still have other things to into before we sell ourselves to Master Mogg. Gape. One. Here. All right. Paragraph 10. Okay. And 10. This back alley building is in remarkably good repair. Curious. Enter and recognize the interior of a modestly appointed magic shop. A wizened gnome of a man springs from behind the counter and scurries up to you. Mercy, mercy me, customers. Bless me, customers at last. The old man is insane but friendly. He explains all high magic has been outlawed by order of Namtar, but instruction in the low arts is still permitted in isolated regions. He is eager to teach you what he knows and will in fact refuse a fee, preferring to teach for the simple joy of it. Unfortunately, the old man knows little useful magic. That's a shame. But I suppose we can hopefully get our people some low magic. The wizard has many low magic scrolls. Who will get the loot? Well, I mean, it's Elendil, and Cheetah, I suppose. Okay, so we've got Mage Fire, Disarm, Charm, Luck, Lesser Heal, and Mage Light. Well, let's see. Elendil is our healer, so we can get Lesser Heal. And just get all of them. F. Cheetah also gets F. And the other three can't learn magic. Should mark that. No magic. All right. You. item. Tries to learn Lesser Heal and succeeds. Fire succeeds. Arm. Charm. Luck. And Mage Light. Right. Aim for Cheetah now. Okay. Now, this work. Cheetah. Or heal. Muscles. Yes, lesser heal on muscles, and now he feels better. Yeah, he does. He does in fact feel better. And it cost him like 1 power point. I cast Mage Fire. Cast Mage Fire, but it didn't seem to work, you know. It still cost him magic though. But okay, you can cast spells outside of combat, just in case. Now he's fully healed. Okay. Artie's fully healed again, though a little short on magic points. There was that revitalizing pool. Check out again to confirm if that is in fact going to restore spell points. And hey, we have a light spell now as well. Possibility. Underworld, a little more doable, but we still need to find something to offer up to the goddess of the underworld. Some low lives, yeah, just some bandits. Might as well cast a spell. Let's Mage Flare him. Alright. Great victory that it was. Oh, found another secret passage. Okay. Alright. And all kinds of secret doors into the castle walls, apparently. Alright, so... Oh. Found two ways to get into the city wall. Also found a portal that leads to the Underworld. We also found a place where maybe we can disguise ourselves as a corpse and get thrown into the harbor. We also found a place where we can sell ourselves into slavery and get sent to the mines. We at least did find a magic shop, or not even a shop. They just give away as many scrolls for low magic as you could possibly want. Back up into Nantar's statue square. We have options. How are we going to get out of the city? There are multiple ways apparently. I would like to beat those jail guards and see if I can get into what's probably the jail. It might be something there. Friends we could make. Jailbreak. This is getting down into the section that I haven't been in yet. Paused. The spider. The giant spider. Oscars took some serious damage. Kill. Ability. Bandit. Law school better. Not entirely better though, so let's top them off with spells. Okay. See Wild Hound. Couple of fanatics. Leveled up. Nice. Leveling up also does not restore your spell points. Here's another wild dog. To the wall here. More jail keepers. Can I fight them? Can I beat jail keepers? I don't know. Last. I would like to have equipment. Okay. So got jail keepers. That square. Soldiers. Take on 2 soldiers. That's fine. $40 XP, 5 gold each. Not bad. Through this door. Nothing, nothing really. That's fine too. Single jailkeeper, I can this guy. Not bad at all. It's just a single fanatic. Right. I guess that jailkeeper fight was not set. Read paragraph 77. Okay. Seven. Here we are. Amid the ruins, you come upon a remarkable sight. A bonfire illuminates a shattered city square. Scores of people cavort about the fire. This is the greatest gathering of people you've seen since arriving in Purgatory. The occupants of the square constitute a cross-section of Purgatory citizenry. Blind beggars, mad poets, dog-faced children, and drunken priests swarm about the fire like moths to a flame, drinking, singing, loving, bleeding, brawling. Above them all, seated on a rude throne of stacked masonry, you see the man you surmise to be the king of this place. If he is a king, he is a king of thieves. Astounded by this strange sight, you do not notice until it is too late a score of scoundrels sneaking up on you. Surrounded by rogues, you are urged toward the fire, where you come under the gaze of the figure on the throne. Outlanders, the king roars, teetering atop his perilous perch. You've strayed far from your homes, little dogs and kittens. This is the court of miracles, gathered to pay homage to the king of Purgatory. The king pauses, awaiting the proper moment before continuing. Me, Clopin Trollopho. Okay, good for him. Hail to the king and all that. Clopin Trollopho growls, "There are no honest men in the court of miracles. You will be punished unless a thief, beggar, or tramp." You describe yourselves as thieves, beggars, or tramps? Sure. Read paragraph 8. A great cry of joy goes up as you debase yourself. In a city of criminals, what shame is there in going native? Just to make you feel at home, the beggars beat you steadily for a week. Properly initiated into the world of mendacity, you eventually are set free to wander the streets of Purgatory, better understanding, if not entirely fond of the city's lowest class of citizens. If we said no, did we have to fight them? Maybe. Wow, we actually did take a beating. And we put out here. Hmm. I'm tempted to load and say no. Hmm. Mm-hmm. You're gonna beat us up that much. I didn't lose my flail or anything, did I? No. Precious, precious flail. I still have my money. Ugh. Do we want to describe ourselves as beggars, thieves, and tramps? Let's go back. I want to see what happens. I don't think I'm losing much. Like, my last save was like just before um, Slave Market. Continue. Yeah, so this is before I got my spells, unfortunately. Filling my auto map here. Not that it matters. Uh, Magic shop. Cheetah. All. Just go through them all. There. Okay, here's bandits. Okay. Okay. Do my healing as well. Didn't get much back from that. Getting a lot of minimum roll here. There we go. All healed up again. behind the main city wall. Freedom so close, yet so far. That over there, which isn't on the map. What's that? Oh, right, that's the jailhouse. I assume. House. Okay, that section. Before we go down here, let's go and see whether or not that does in fact restore my magic points. Yes, it does. Great. Okay. Good. Up. Okay. Right. This should be where our King of Thieves is. No. Then you must then disprove yourselves to me. Defeat the dreaded Humbaba, and you will know honor in my court. You will find him in the northeast corner of my realm. Okay, yes, we did actually find Baba. Really kicked me all the way out here. What a jerk. What a jerk. Paragraph 14. Wait. Let's go find Humbaba. Beat him up. Again. Here's Humbaba. Um, Fight. I don't have any ranged weapons, but I have magic. Combat. Do I want to maybe cast luck on my party? still 70 feet away. Dodge, dodge, dodge. Cast, combat, arm on muscle. Cast, arm on. Also buff Theb. Okay. Zapping him now. Okay. Hospital's already down. And he beat him. 200 XP each. Used a lot of spell points, but I can regenerate them for free at that pool. Let's see. I need better bandage. Ability. Bandage. Muscle. Got back most of his health, too. Just top him off with magic. Bandaging seems quite a bit more effective than magic. At least at this level. Okay. Took out Humbaba, and I guess that'll make the King of Thieves there friendly to us. Here's Yonder Boy. Some robbers. It is an honor to have you amongst us, O mighty victors of the great Humbaba. Accept this gold as a token of our gratitude. I love gold. Thank you. Enjoy your meager existence amongst us. Oh, how much gold did we get? 1,000. Was it 1,000 each? Or was it just 1,000? It's just 1,000. I mean, that's still quite a lot. I can actually afford that. Here's a big dog. Beat up the big dog. Big dog did not put up much of a fight. I'm glad I went back and decided to deny being a bunch of tramps and beggars and thieves, because then he gave me 1,000 gold for beating up a big man instead of just beating us up. a decidedly better outcome. Ulrich gained a level. Good for him. Condor Boy. Uh, this. Been in there, and there's a door to the south, right? Yes. In there. Door here. In here. No. No. Some born losers. Like, I guess we have to kill these guys. Yeah, I mean, as advertised, an innocent man. Better beat this guy up. All right. And that pretty much finishes off our map of the city. See what we're working with here. Got our city, we start here. Here's the King of Thieves, where we are. Finished it off. We're going to go over here, hit up the healing spot. We're going to go up here and buy equipment. And then, well, and then I guess we have decisions to make. We can go into the Colosseum, which I'm sure will be a good time. We can go explore in the city walls. I'm sure there's a way out. It was advertised. Like the barkeep told us, if you get into the city walls, there's a way out to the harbor. I think he said. We can also possibly like hide here in the stack of bodies and get tossed over the wall. I believe they were hinting that that's an option. You can beat up these jail keepers, and maybe there's a path in here into the jail. Because like there's got to be some way into this section, right? We can sell ourselves into slavery and get sent to the mines, and then possibly escape from the mines. That might be fun. Maybe we can beat up these guards here. Now that we have some levels and soon some equipment. That's an option. Yeah, apparently this game has options. So let's see. For now, let's go and get our spell points back. It's nice that that's there. Like eventually we start getting dragon stones and needing to use those to get magic points back. Going the right way. Yeah. All right. Muscles. Full of gold. Let's see. Already have your weapon, a flail. You don't have skills for anything else, so it's probably best to just leave you with a flail. Bows? Do you want a bow? It might be nice to have a ranged weapon, right? Just like a javelin, maybe? I have tons of money now. Let's see. It's Eliken that's actually skilled with bows. There's like a system of like stat requirements in this game for equipment too, mentioned in the manual. So, like if I buy Eliken a longbow, will he be able to use it? Not. I don't know. Game is paused. Save. Just in case I wind up wasting money. Buy a javelin, weapon. And as for armor, oh, he has a dragon stone for sale. Guess let's buy Gale armor for muscles and buy that dragon stone. Got most of my money here. I wasn't sure if dragon stones were fitted. Overview. Javelin. Uh, the javelin takes off the flail. You can swap weapons in combat. Equip the dragon stone. Dragon stone number 1. I feel like maybe I don't actually want the dragon stone. I want the money more. I need to buy equipment for everyone. And I can currently like just store my spell points. And you must go buy an item, buy armor. Do I want to spend 250 on scale armor for muscle? That's the real question here. Maybe I want to not spend all of my money. I'm sure I can find better armor later. Buy Brigadine for him. Let's buy scale armor for him. He's the big strong. Ulrich, he's an NP. Like he's with us for now. Buy an item. Go into armor. Doesn't really indicate whether or not he can equip it. Buy Brigadine for Zeb as well. And let's buy him a sword. He has okay shields or anything. Hand axe, small pick, battle axe, flail, mace, dagger, short sword. Great. Scale armor. Broadsword, Brigadine, broadsword, whip, hood. My XP, shouldn't I? Have some health. Up as well, does he? Swim, you have to climb. And let's, yes, points in axe as well. Sure, just get a backup point in fist fighting, why not? Feb. Maybe give Theb some backup bandage skill. Might not be bad. Also, maybe give him point in swords. That would be bad either. Bows, crossbows, thrown weapons. Give him some health. Let's see. Landil. Hiding costs 2 points. Bow skill. Give him Cheetah. Cheetah have a weapon skill. Cheetah doesn't have a skill in any kind of weapon at all. Could increase his skill in Oh, magic though. Why not? Okay. Theb has armor and a weapon. Armor and a weapon. Ulrich does have a hand axe and leather armor, neither of which are like outstanding. You know, a battle axe and some better armor might be nice, but do I want to spend money on an NPC? Landil, that gold, buy yourself a bow, some arrow. Arrows are in like actual supply here. And as for armor, strong enough to wear leather armor, hopefully. Cheetah, have a dagger. You're a caster. Have a dagger, and are you strong enough to wear leather armor? Hopefully. I do have enough to buy a dragon stone, just in case. You know, it's like a backup dragon stone, an emergency dragon stone. Giant spider who was waiting outside for me. Seems that when I increased people's max health, it did not, and spirit as well, it did not automatically give us those points. Fine. So, bow, equip the arrows, and equip the leather armor. You can use it. Uh, Dagger, leather armor. Equip your dragon stone so you can use it in combat maybe. And let's order so Oscar, Erlich, Theb, Cheetah, who has a melee weapon, and Elendil, who has the bow, goes in the back. Great. Got people's health off. All right, so what's next? Check out the Colosseum. I can beat up those jail keepers. That does lead into the jail. Six jail keepers. Let's fight them. We have equipment. A few levels. Advance for now. They're still pretty neat, pretty nasty, aren't they? I got one. Hmm. And again, it doesn't actually kill us or give us a game over. It's just, they beat us up a bit and then toss us away. But yeah, no, we still not quite winning that fight. Let's just reload. Okay. So beating up those jail keepers probably not going to work quite yet, but I've hope. I have hope. And what about this Colosseum? Read paragraph 4. Okay, expected. 4. You stand before the gate of Purgatory's great public arena. Bloodthirsty residents of the Dilmun interior come here to enjoy the spectacle of outlander scum such as yourselves fighting to the death on the floor of the arena. A guard swaggers up to you. He's clad in the trappings of authority, fine armor, a weather-beaten harness, well-oiled weapons. Oi there, you filthy street scum, the guard growls. You look fit enough to hold a weapon. Why not haul your butt into the arena and make yourself useful? Why fight for another man's pleasure when life in purgatory is a daily struggle for survival? You're about to turn away when the guard lays a heavy hand on your shoulder and adds, "You'll get your choice of arms, and if you defeat your foe, which I doubt, you might win papers of citizenship. Namtar help me, heathen dogs like you living in Dilmun. I don't like it, but the law is the law." Okay, so we can maybe get citizenship papers. Sounds worthwhile. Sure. Why not? Excellent, says the guard. And I see that you are in need of some more equipment. Yeah, choose 3 items. Who will choose an item? Muscles. Let's see. Get a hand axe, a small pick, a battle axe, a flail, a mace, broadsword, bow, arrow, leather armor. Yeah, I don't. I already have equipment. Better armor than this too. Let's see. Don't really need any of this. At Ulrich. Ulrich could use a battle axe. Um, Beb. I can just sell stuff, I guess. I mean, I could also pick up more ranged weapons. That could be useful too. The Give Cheetah a bow and some arrows. Don't forget to equip your items, says the guard. Let the combat commence. Those words hardly finish echoing in your ears as the gate slams shut behind you and the roar of the crowd raises to a crescendo. Crescendo. The crowd the crowd grows wild with the hope of more victims. Oh, six gladiators. Let's fight, I guess. Dodge. Weapon. Switch to the battle axe. Dodge, dodge, dodge. Fight. Dodge, dodge, dodge. Gas. Combat. Disarm. Gas. Combat. Lock on Zeb, I guess. Fight. Attack. Zap them, I guess. Zeb is almost stunned. Stunned. Still haven't finished off any gladiators. Let's see. Ulrich also stunned now. Still haven't finished off any gladiators. Oh, one down. There's a stunned. Everyone's stunned. We got 26 experience. The guards take your gold as a penalty for losing the combat. Better luck next time, snickers the guards. Well, I mean, we did already buy all our equipment. What do we need money for? So, the arena also may be a little much for us at the moment. But how would we improve our equipment at this point, given that we bought the best stuff available to us, all the money we got from killing Humbaba. Well, well, well. I mean, I guess we can grind. You know, that's an option. Check. Here's the Morg. Paragraph 5, so let's try hiding here. Paragraph 69. Okay, so that was an option. Paragraph 69. Here we are. When no one is looking, you crawl into an open sack filled with disgustingly fresh corpses. You lay still as the sack is crudely sewed shut. The darkness of the tomb descends upon you. The bag is closed. None too gently, the entire sack is heaved onto the backs of the slaves. Dead arms embrace you. Long fingernails claw at your hair. Rotting grave mold seems to penetrate your body. There is a lurch and a rasp as the bag clears the wall, and then you fall. Flesh crawls with anticipation. Will you meet your end, smashed to death with a host of corpses upon some unseen rocky spire, or will you splash into the warm waters of Oceania, at long last free from the stinking hell of Purgatory? You splash, you sink, you struggle. At last you win free of the sack, and the dead hands that drag at you seemingly resentful of the life you display. Lungs bursting, break from the water at the base of the harbor wall, and quickly clamber aboard some debris, find floating close by, and strike out for shore. All right. Yeah, that's an option. That's a way out of Purgatory. Works. And here we are in Dillman. Okay. We're out. You stand beside a magical pond. Shall you wade in? Sure. Feel refreshed, healthy and refreshed. Great. Full heal here too. Enter slave camp. Maybe not. I guess we don't really have much of a choice. It's for us to go. Paragraph 16. Someone looks at you. Stone building. Okay. So this is a second way out of Purgatory. We can sell ourselves into slavery and wind up in the mines as slaves, and I guess probably eventually escape from there. We can we can hide in a sack of corpses and uh, just get thrown out of the harbor and like swim to shore. Presumably we can beat the arena and get citizenship papers, and then maybe they'll just let us out. We can maybe beat up the gate guards and walk out. We can go into the city walls, which we found two separate passageways into the walls, and presumably find another way out through there. There's also that portal to the Underworld that we can take, and I guess maybe it connects to somewhere else out of there. Out of there. What else? Are there other ways out that I'm forgetting? Maybe the arena. We still haven't managed to beat up the jail guards and get into the jail. I want to do that. I do also want to explore the city walls. What else? I'm gonna want to try a rematch against the gate guards. Maybe we can beat them up now that we have some equipment. Maybe not. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. For now, I do think I'm gonna head and yeah, that's probably enough for today. Like that's a pretty good stopping point for today. Next time, I'll reload back in the city. I'm not going to save here. Just going to reload back in the city. And next time, I guess maybe I'll start by exploring the walls. That seems like a relatively non-committal way to proceed, and I can maybe like level up a bit. Maybe there's some equipment I can find in there, or just more money. Because the guards in the walls should have money. And I can just buy people better equipment, buy more scale mail, and then I'll stand a better shot of beating the arena fight or beating the jail guards and stuff. Yeah, so next time we'll continue to explore Purgatory. We'll like get into the wall and see what's there, if we can find anything new. And if eventually I'm gonna have to commit to a path to get out of the city. Like will I explore hell? Will I just go into the underworld and try and find another path out of there? Because now that I have spells, I do have magical lights. So that should let me see what's going on down there. Um, okay, I'll see what happens if I beat up the arena. I'm sure I can win that fight eventually. I'll try some other stuff. But yeah, no, this has been Dragon Wars. I'm enjoying it so far. It's a nice old school dungeon crawler. I get to do my own mapping for the first time in a while. I'm having a good time. Hopefully you're also having a good time. Till next time, stay safe, have fun, thanks for watching. And if you're stuck in a slum prison, open air, whatever thing, and you're having a bad time, don't worry, there's multiple ways out. You just have to start beating up a bunch of innocent people and cannibals and large dogs, fighters, whatever else might be there. Perhaps a large man, and someone will pay you for beating up the large man. You have options. You're never without hope. Goodbye.